Texoma's #1 rated newscast, broadcasting live from 12 studios. This is News 12 at 10 p.m.
They've gone through a lot with this accident.
A school bus carrying a local volleyball team involved in a crash where they were when it happened. New York City, how police knew he was there.
Where's my kids going to lay their head next? Or what they're going to eat next? Or what they're going to wear?
11 kids without any belongings after their home goes up in flames. How a local marina is stepping up to help out. Welcome to News 12 at 10. I'm Dan Thomas. One person was taken to the hospital after a 3-vehicle crash involving a Leonard bus earlier today. News 12's Brittany Harlow reports.
Our coaches did a fabulous job of trying to swerve and miss the accident. Unfortunately, we were in the accident.
The wreck happened on Highway 11 at Whispering Oak Street in Tom Bean around 3:30 Friday afternoon. A Leonard school bus and 2 trucks were involved.
Thankful to report that all the passengers of the bus were released without injury.
Leonard Superintendent Brad Maxwell tells us the varsity and JV volleyball teams were on board, traveling to Howe for a game.
Other than some few scratches and bumps, they're okay.
Not everyone was as lucky. The driver of the green truck was transported to a local hospital. Their condition has not been released.
Going through towns, it's just very important to watch speed limit signs and pay attention to traffic, especially on sweeping curves like this. There's a lot of residential streets that merge into the highway.
The road was shut down for a short time while the scene was cleaned up. The Leonard Howe game has been rescheduled for Saturday.
They've gone through a lot with this accident, so we will play the game tomorrow.
The accident remains under investigation. In Tom Bean, Brittany Harlow, News 12.
Well, one man was flown to the hospital earlier today after a 2-car crash in Bonham. Happened just before noon on Highway 121 south of Highway 82. Police tell us that Johnny Warren was driving a Corvette, hit another car, wound up in the ditch. First responders had to use the jaws of life to get him out of the car, then flew him to a Plano hospital. No one else was seriously hurt. The cause is under investigation. Well, a man accused of murdering a Sherman Hotel clerk 2 months ago is now in custody. Police say Reginald Campbell, you see his mugshot there, was arrested for capital murder at a home outside New York City this morning. Campbell's accused of murdering 32-year-old Brandon Hubert on August 11th. Police say that Hubert was working the front desk at the Quality Suites when Campbell shot him during a robbery. Hubert's girlfriend, Carolyn Cross, and her friend, Nikea Grant, were waiting in the car at the time. They told police during an interview that they drove Campbell to Dallas after the murder so he could leave the area. Cross and Grant are both in the Grayson County Jail for capital murder. Well, less than a week after a series of counterfeit money showed up in Sherman, 3 suspects now behind bars. 47-year-old Arthur Dixon, 42-year-old Tiffany Dixon were arrested yesterday after police found evidence of counterfeit money manufacturing in their home. The investigation then led to 49-year-old Jeffrey Robichaud, who was arrested for narcotics and forgery. The funny money popped up all over town at a garage sale, 2 restaurants, and even a Goodwill. Well, a Denison family with 11 kids are without a place to live after their home went up in flames. This is the second time that they've lost everything to fire. News 12's Abby Maynard explains what you can do to help this family recover.
Where's my kids going to lay their head next? Or what they're going to eat next? Or what they're going to wear? And it's heartbreaking for a mother to not have that stability for your kids.
Cynthia Patterson and her kids were in the living room last Friday night when they heard a loud boom.
And I heard pops and I smelled smoke. I got a lot of kids. I'm trying to get them all out, make sure they're safe. And
Patterson says their home on Johnson Street in Denison was very old. The flames spread quickly, destroying everything inside.
This is the second fire in almost a year and a half to the day.
The Red Cross put them up for 2 nights, but since then, her family of kids ages 2 to 22 have been cramming into a motel room.
I have 11 kids. I have 6 girls and 5 boys, and my biggest fear and my biggest thing is losing my kids.
You have to come up with a down payment, your first month's rent, sometimes utility deposits, and it's a lot to come up with. Just spare the moment.
Desiree Wald works at Grandpappy Point Resort and Marina. When she heard about the fire, she decided to start collecting donations for the family at her work.
I can't not help people. If I see somebody that's needing something, it's hard to just walk away or turn your head.
To see if anybody will be willing to just help me and my family and just get us a place so that I can start fresh again and just be together and be a family. That's it.
If you want to help this family, Grandpappy Point is accepting donations of clothing or money. In Denison, Abby Maynard, News 12.
Well, a local high school held their pep rally today, and it was dedicated to both cancer survivors and fighters. Eric Westbrook, a Leonard ISD teacher's husband, was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer back in June. Dalia Ross is a first grader at the elementary school and was diagnosed with a rare brain tumor in April of last year. Both say seeing their community support in today's pep rally was heartwarming. And they say they hope events like this bring awareness to all kinds of cancer.
It's a whole lot to me. It's heartfelt, you know, and I appreciate the community pulling together for all of us.
Her mom is so thankful for all that Leonard's done for them and their family and helped out.
Well, every year Leonard ISD holds pep rallies dedicated to cancer survivors, but they say this year they decided to dedicate it to the fighters in their community as well. Well, as many football fans made their way down to the Red River Showdown, former OU football coach Barry Switzer made a stop in Davis today.
Texas, baby. Texas.
I'm going for OU.
The celebration has been held at the Chickasaw Welcome Center in Davis for the past 3 years. Coach Switzer won 3 national championships as OU's head coach, as you surely know. Fans waited in line for hours to meet the man they say has made a huge impact on college football.
I've always enjoyed coming down here and being part of the Chickasaw Nation's Travel Center and the experience of traveling south of the Red River, and I want everyone to have a great time.
Switzer tells us he's not sure that the Sooners will win the game, so he says it'll be an interesting matchup. The game kicks off at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, in case you haven't heard. That's tomorrow, 2:30 in the afternoon. All right, a cold front making its move.
That's right. It feels like a summer evening right now, but a front is on the move that will give us a reminder that it is October. We'll see when that front will arrive when I come back.
And some big matchups for Texoma teams tonight. Dave's got scores, highlights for your Friday night blitz.
From the Weather Authority, here's Steve Lenore.
Well, I hope you got a chance to enjoy a little slice this Friday. Yeah, it was on the hot side, but the sun was out, felt pretty good. Here's the way things shaped up on our TMC time lapse going to the evening hours. Not much out there, but a couple of cameo appearances from the News 12 Wasp. He was shy, but he was lurking around the edge there. And also a beautiful evening sunset, as you can see here. Now, our fishing game forecast for your Saturday, if you're going to head out tomorrow, shouldn't be any chance of storms, but the lakes will be kind of choppy, so watch out for that. Of course, that's brought to you by Sherman Collision Repair here on this Friday night. And Friday night temperatures looking more like what you might find in July or August. In fact, the average high for this time of the year is about where we are now, in the mid to upper 70s with a steady southerly wind flow. Not too strong, about 10 miles per hour. That wind, though, will really crank up again tomorrow thanks to deepening low pressure. Kind of the same setup we had today with that. So as the low pressure advances to the east, starts to pull in that Gulf moisture, it'll be a hot and humid day tomorrow. Then this front will blast through tomorrow night, and it'll be a windy and much cooler on Sunday. So what are we talking about here? Let's take a look at the futurecast and see if we can pinpoint that frontal arrival. Again, tomorrow should be no chance of rain. You're going to Dallas. Get this. Kickoff temp, about 94 degrees on the big game down there at 2:30, and it'll be windy and sunny, so don't forget the sunblock. You can easily burn this time of the year in the Texoma sun or the Dallas sun, as the case may be. Now, tomorrow night, we start to see a front coming in. The model is doing a very impressive job of showing right where the front is, right there from Clayton back to Mount Marietta at 2 in the morning, and there will be some scattered pockets of heavy rain along and behind the front. Nothing severe expected, but perhaps some lightning and some gusty wind to 30 or 40 miles per hour. That'll bust on through pretty fast, and on Sunday, we clear out rapidly, but it's windy and much cooler for your Sunday. So in the morning, nothing cool about this. Quite mild for October with temperatures anywhere from about 67 to 70 degrees. And tomorrow, much like today, it's going to be hot with highs around 90 to 92. Winds will be gusty out of the south, about 15 to 25 miles per hour, as you can see here. Now, let's talk about that front coming in. Tomorrow night, late, not during the daytime hours, and into Sunday morning, this is our best chance of rain. And this 30% really is before 9 a.m. Most of your Sunday will be dry, but very windy. Winds out of the north at 25 to 35 miles per hour. So, bottom line, hot and windy tomorrow. Cooler and windy on Sunday, which, Dan, means your mission is to not burn anything outside either day. That would be a terrible idea. High fire danger, but tomorrow... The grill's okay, though, right? Do what?
The grill's okay?
The grill's okay. Yeah, the grill
Fire
doesn't
up the
count.
grill.
Got a lid
right.
on that.
All right, good deal. Thanks for that. All right, that's going to do it for us, but stick around. David Reed's got the Friday Night Blitz just after this.
Have a great weekend.
Well, hello there and welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. We have a big show for you tonight. Sherman and Denison both hit the road. Plainview takes on Sulphur. Ringling battles Healton, and Pottsboro host Howe. But let's begin with Whitesboro. Van Alstyne and Jeremy Thomas is live at that one.
Yeah, David, you just list off all those district matchups, huge district showdowns, and we had another one right here in Van Alstyne as the Panthers hosted the Whitesboro Bearcats. You know how tough this district is, so when you have two heavyweights going at it, you know it's going to be a pretty good ball game. District showdown in Van Alstyne, the Panthers hosting the Whitesboro Bearcats. Whitesboro gets on the board first. Running back Nolan Frith gets the handoff, cuts to the near side, and makes his way into pay dirt. Bearcats up 7-0. Then how about some defense in the second quarter? Whitesboro Bearcat Scout Sanders, he heaves it deep, but it's read well and picked off by Van Alstyne's Chase Wilson. Wilson, with blockers in front, stays on his feet and makes some moves. He takes it down inside Bearcat territory before being pushed out of bounds. Ensuing drive, Panther quarterback Rhett Gallagher gonna pump fake, rolls to his right. He finds Austin Moore, but Whitesboro's Malachi Davidson puts on a big hit. There's a fumble. It's recovered by Whitesboro's Andrew Reddy, and the Bearcat faithful are fired up about that one. Later in the quarter, Bearcats punch it in. Brooks Barker gets the toss and takes it in from 2 yards out. Whitesboro is up 14-0, but Van Alstyne would score before the half. Rhett Gallagher, the deep spiral right into the hands of Dylan Porter for the 22-yard touchdown. And what an ending we had here. Van Alstyne, they were down a touchdown late about a minute to go. They scored that touchdown, went for two, didn't convert. So they kick an onside kick, they recover that. With 35 seconds to go, they had a chance to try to win it, but just weren't able to convert. So Whitesboro, they hang on for victory, 28-27. An amazing ball game out here, David.
All right, what a great one there in Van Alstyne. The Sherman Bearcats are coming off a huge win at home against Denton tonight. They travel down to Denton for another game they need to win to stay in control of their own destiny. Bearcats battle Denton Braswell down at Collins Stadium. Red zone offense in for Sherman. Nathan Amayabu pounds it in for the score. Bearcats with the early advantage. Sherman driving again. Blaze Benson up top. Jalen Clemens with a fantastic catch for the score. Bearcats up 2 touchdowns. And how about this play? Braswell looking to score, but it's picked off by Austin Bendel, and he takes it all the way back for the pick six. Touchdown for the Bearcats. Sherman wins this one 49-21. The Denison Yellow Jackets hit the road for Wichita Falls, taking on Ryder. Ryder jumps out to the early lead in this one. Jacob Rodriguez finds Jake Edgman for the Ryder touchdown, but here comes Austin Emery. He takes it up into the end zone for the score. Jackets on the board. More Denison. Emery finds DJ Gray for the great catch here, and he is gone. This one goes to overtime, and what a finish. Denison comes out of there with the win, 41-38. Big rivalry game here. Healton and Ringling both ranked in the top 10. Ringling quarterback Scotty Paul finds the opening, and he's going to take the ball down the sideline, and he is off to the races. Touchdown for the first score of the game. Ringling on the board. Healton goes to work now. Denton Miller gets it to his running back Dalton Gilliam, who sprints down the far sideline. He gets a step, and he is gone for the Bulldog touchdown. This one going back and forth early. Healton with it again. Miller going to throw, but this time Ringling's DeWyatt Cox would turn them around with the interception and gets a nice return. Ringling gets the win on rivalry night, 56-26 over Healdton. The Davis Wolves roll into Kingston to take on the Redskins. The Wolves start with the ball. Quarterback Peyton Weber tosses to Blake Neal, who runs it 50 yards all the way for the Davis touchdown. Nice play by the Wolves. Jody Weber's bunch fired up. Now Kingston quarterback Riley Holmes gets the ball out to Dalton Williams. Williams running straight through the middle of the field, going 70 yards for the Kingston touchdown, tying the game up at 7 apiece in the first quarter. Davis back to work now. Weber gives the ball to Neal again. He runs out to the side, and then he turns it up. He's gone for the touchdown. Davis gets the win, 49-17. Still to come, Pottsboro takes on Howe. Colgate battles Stratford, and Gunner host Prairieland, plus a top 10 showdown in Sulphur. The Bulldogs bring in Plainview. That's next. Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. What a showdown we have here. Two teams ranked in Class 3A, Plainview, Sulphur, and Travis Buckner is out there for all the action tonight.
Yeah, that's right, David. I'm here in Sulphur where we had a pretty big matchup, a top 10 matchup even, as Plainview came on to take on the Bulldogs right here in Sulphur. And coming into the game, Plainview had not allowed a single point to be scored on them in their district. And on the other side of the ball, Sulphur had put up at least 50 points in each of their 3 district games. And so both teams knowing very much was at stake here, including how far they could go into the playoffs. Sulphur Bulldogs hosting the Plainview Indians in a big district matchup. First drive of the game, Trey Kaiser gets the call from 2 yards out, and the Bulldogs jump out to an early lead. Then after holding the Indians to a punt, Sulphur would take over in good field position when Dawson Muck finds a diving Bradley Vineyard. What a catch there by the senior. And it's Trey Kaiser who would channel his inner beast mode. Takes the handoff, breaks a tackle, jukes out a defender, then he lowers the shoulder and delivers the thunder. Kaiser won't go down, and he scores his second touchdown of the night. Plainview down 14-0 until Brock Parnham takes the snap and throws a beautiful pass to a wide-open Blake Knoll. And Plainview is on the board. Now with just seconds remaining in the first half, Dawson Muck throws it up, but Tyler Yakacek reads the play perfectly, and he comes down with an interception. Then with the first series of the second half, Spencer Somerville fakes out the entire Bulldog defense, and he takes it 25 yards to the promised land for his first score of the game. So obviously something had to give tonight, as Plainview hadn't given up a point and Sulphur has scored at least 50 points. Well, tonight the final score was 35-12. Sulphur takes this one, and it was a great game all game long, and Sulphur just pulled away there in the second half. Reporting live in Sulphur, Travis Buckner, Sports 12.
All right, the Pottsboro Cardinals have won 6 district titles in a row. Tonight they begin their quest for a 7th as district play begins for them. The Howe Bulldogs roll into town for the district opener with the Cardinals tonight. Pottsboro ready to go out of the gate. Hunter Watson is going to launch the bomb down the field. Ross Hendricks runs it down, makes a nice catch. Cardinals in business. Moments later, Coach Poe's team would cash in. Watson takes it around the right side, gets the corner. Pottsboro up 7-0. Next possession for Pottsboro. They're marching again. Watson will keep, hits the hole, plunges into the end zone for the touchdown. It's 14-0 Cards, but the Hunter Watson show is not over. Second quarter, he keeps it again. A hat trick for touchdowns for Watson. Pottsboro gets the win tonight, 35-6 over Howe. The Gunner Tigers back at home trying to stay undefeated against Prairieland. Gunner on the offensive. Dalen Bauer, the fake toss, then throws it up for Dylan Jantz, and check out the catch. Tips it to himself and brings it down. Nice play. Then Bauer on the keeper, trots in for the score, 7-0 Tigers. Later, Gunner on the move again. Bauer, the fake handoff, gets it to Jantz. He does the rest. Gunner gets the win tonight, 55-7. They beat Prairieland. The Stratford Bulldogs host the Colgate Wildcats tonight. Colgate's Austin Lambert running the show, calls his own number, takes it up the gut. Wildcats with the early advantage. Then Colgate goes back to work deep on their own end. Lambert just tosses it out to Blade Horton, and he makes a move here and gets back to the middle of the field, and he has some more room to run, gets a nice block there, hits the sideline, and there he goes. 90 yards for the Wildcat touchdown as Colgate ups their lead. A little bit later, Stratford trying to get something going offensively. Curtis Shorter comes in and takes it in for the touchdown, but Colgate just too much tonight, 42-28. District matchup in Lone Grove. The Longhorns host Seminole late in the second quarter. Lone Grove with it, and quarterback Montana Stafford rolls to his right, finds a wide open Sheldon Brown, and he takes it into the end zone for the score. Seminole with it in the third quarter. Cade Hammond is going to give it to Cameron Gunville, and he takes it down the sidelines, nearly gets tripped up, but maintains his balance, and he is fast. Takes it to the end zone for the touchdown. Lone Grove with it again. Stafford gives to the running back for the score. Seminole gets the win, 30-14 over Lone Grove tonight. The North Lamar Panthers hosting the Anna Coyotes tonight. Cheerleaders singing, the players ready to go. Third quarter, Anna up 2 scores, but here we go. The Panthers strike when Jeremiah Gunther takes it up the middle. Nobody gets him. It's 22-12 Anna. Then the Coyotes answer right back. Check out the run by Aaron Lee. Gets into the end zone. Then in the third, Lee gets it again. Goes up over the top and in. Anna gets the win, 44-12 over North Lamar. Well, stay with us. You're watching the Friday Night Blitz.